Once upon a time, $1 million was a dream on the edge of fantasy. At the beginning of the 20th century, becoming a millionaire meant either inheriting a dynasty or owning factories, steamships, and gold mines. People accumulated wealth over decades, surviving wars, crises, and depressions. And almost always, $1 million equaled a lifetime of effort. For example, Henry Ford, before building the Ford Motor Company empire, endured a string of failures and literally started in a garage. In the 80s and 90s, millionaire status became a symbol of success on Wall Street. People made millions through the stock market, IPOs, and real estate. This required connections, capital, licenses, brains, and iron nerves. Yet becoming a millionaire before 30 was almost impossible. But today we live in an era where $1 million isn't a starting capital, it's a starting ambition. And that's no exaggeration now. To make your first million, you don't need to know Rockefeller, open a factory, or sell oil. You just need the internet. The age of young millionaires is the age of non-traditional income models. Affiliate marketing, where you bring clients to other businesses and get a cut, is now an empire. A 19-year-old guy can sit in his room in Kyiv or Manila and pull in $50,000 to $100,000 a month simply because he mastered traffic generation. OnlyFans production is a whole new word in the gray zone of show business. You don't have to star yourself. You can build the production, scout models, help them manage content, marketing, and advertising. And yes, this can bring in millions per year. No one will say this at school assemblies, but behind Instagram's curtain, it's one of the hottest businesses. Streaming. Skeptics thought Twitch and YouTube were just gamer playgrounds. Reality. Top streamers earn more in an evening than corporate executives do in a month. And it's not just about donations, it's advertising deals, merch, collaborations, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's traffic arbitrage, dropshipping, info product creation, crypto trading, tokenization, NFTs, private communities, DAO projects, an endless amount of non-textbook ways to make money. The key difference of today's age versus the past is speed and access. You can enter the game without capital, but armed with knowledge openly available online. Before, these insights cost millions or an MBA in London. Now, it's all on YouTube or Telegram. The world hasn't gotten easier. It's just that before, you physically had to build a factory. Now, you build a funnel on Instagram. Before, you had to join banking elites. Now, you join TikTok algorithms. That doesn't mean making $1 million is easy, but it means the entry barrier is lower and the ceiling is higher. Once $1 million was like Everest. Climbing it took years, decades. It meant building a business from scratch, surviving crises, assembling a team, opening offices, pouring in money, and surviving cutthroat competition. The average age of a millionaire in the US in the 80s was 47 to 50. Typical path: work for a company, save money, start a business, develop it for years. Maybe after 20 years, hit $1 million. And back then, $1 million was capital generating income. No one held cash for fun. Today, the average millionaire is about 35 years old. Yes, that's official US data in recent years. In IT, crypto, info business, and digital sectors, it's often 27 to 30. What changed? First, economic acceleration. The economy used to grow linearly. Open a factory, grow while building another. Now growth is exponential. You don't need to build a factory, just create a product that goes viral or sells online, and profits can grow 100 times in months. Second, scalability. Owning a bakery meant selling bread only in your neighborhood at best. Now you can sell courses, products, subscriptions worldwide through Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, Shopify. Globalization plus digitalization equals explosive growth. Third, no entry barrier. You used to need capital, connections, licenses. Now you just need skill, or even just charisma and internet access. Fourth, new business models. Traffic arbitrage, producing bloggers and models, warehouse-free dropshipping, launching courses and marathons, crypto DeFi projects, OnlyFans and streaming, reselling private insights, launching NFT communities. These didn't exist 20 years ago. Fifth, hustle culture and money in youth. The motivation pumped by YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is make your million before 30, and it works. Because Gen Z and millennials don't want to work till retirement. Young people see business as hype and fast money, not a marathon. But here's the catch. It's not that everything became easy. Money accelerated. $1 million today isn't what it was 30 years ago. Inflation, turnover speed, new rules. Yet $1 million remains a psychological milestone milestone of success. You either jump on the train or watch from the platform as 22-year-old influencers count ad revenue from streams. Yes, $1 million is more accessible, but that doesn't mean you just take it. Here are real reasons most people stay at the start even when the whole internet screams about easy millions. The internet opened access to money, knowledge, opportunities, but most use it not as an earning tool, but as entertainment. How many watch others earn on YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans, yet scroll reels for hours without trying to start? It's spectator psychology. Consuming is easy, creating is scary, unclear, takes effort. Entry to business is lower now, but entry to your first failure is lower too. Most just fear failing, fear spending $100 on ads, fear making the first TikTok, fear launching their product, fear judgment. The world rewards those unafraid to fail and punishes those who do nothing. Before, you had no choice, work or business. Now, thousands of options paralyze people. Dropshipping, arbitrage, courses, crypto. End result, perpetual starting next month and endless learning without action. This isn't a motivational phrase, it's a fact. You can earn $1 million in a year, but only if you do the same thing. Test, pivot, try. Most can't commit 3 months straight. Everyone wants a magic button or investment in success. It doesn't work like that. Yes, young millionaire examples are everywhere, but often they're 1% of those who really worked years. The problem? Social media shows results, not the 1,000 hours of failure and sleepless nights behind them. When quick success fails, people quit, thinking, it's just not for me. The market changes weekly. One thing soars today, another next month. No perfect moment will come, but many waste years learning, preparing, waiting for the right time. While they wait, others earn. Simple truth, not everyone needs to be a millionaire, and that's okay. The world divides into doers and watchers. Millions earn those ready to take responsibility, risk, and do unpopular things. Most simply don't want that. They want the feeling of money, not the money itself. The world opened doors, but only you walk through them. Opportunities exist for all, but only those who act, endure, and don't wait for perfect conditions get them. That's why millionaires grew in number, but still remain a minority. Most young millionaire stories aren't fairy tales of made it in a month, but chronicles of failures, restarts, hate, and only then rise. Because easier market entry increased competition. Winners aren't those who jumped in first, but those who stayed when everyone else quit. Here are real stories from various niches that prove it doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is you don't leave the game. Aman Gadji, agencies, online courses, personal brand. Today he's the symbol of the SMMA movement and marketing courses. But he started not with $1 million, but dozens of cold calls nobody answered. He launched agencies with almost no clients. Twice failed startups that earned nothing. His first courses were criticized as scams on social media. Why did he succeed? Because he bet on building trust and reputation, not quick money. He followed personal brand, real cases, scaling, and most importantly, he didn't quit after initial failures. He went through no money, hate, burnout, and kept building. Kai Cenat, streaming, community, live broadcasts, called King of Twitch now, with millions of viewers and income from streams and ads. But years ago, he made short Instagram vines. Almost no one watched. He did it for 5 years. First streams had 10 viewers. First collabs failed. First bans, cancellations, losses. He didn't chase trends. He built community, engaged viewers, developed a style. When Twitch went mainstream, he was ready. His success isn't luck, but staying power. Grace Beverly, fitness, manufacturing, Instagram business. Not an influencer selling ads, but a real fitness apparel brand. Her first shipments failed. Logistics problems, returns, losses. Factories missed deadlines, customers complained. Why did she succeed? Because she built a system, not hype. Sought suppliers, fixed production, reworked logistics. While competitors quit after failure, she invested more and won. Mr. Beast, YouTube, content, business empire. One of the most successful YouTube entrepreneurs worldwide. Today his videos get millions of views. He owns brands and franchises, but first 100 videos got no views. He tested formats, filmed on cheap cameras, spent hundreds of hours editing, made videos with 200 to 300 views, and kept going. No magic format, changed styles, approaches, topics dozens of times. When he found a winner, invested 100%. His formula: constant testing, reinvesting, audience first content. CryptoPunk/Larva Labs. Crypto, NFTs, digital art. At launch, no one believed pixel art would be an asset. First collections were free. NFT market was empty. No buyers. Tokens barely sold. Accused of digital scam and useless JPEGs. Why did they succeed? Because they believed in the idea even when the market rejected it. Because they stayed in crypto after the first crash. Because they built value for the idea, not hype. OnlyFans producers. Shadow side of business. One of the most closed yet lucrative markets. Young men and women create agencies, produce models, manage content and marketing. First deals, often at a loss. Models left, payments blocked, ads failed. Why do those who stayed win? Because it's a system-building business. Content, clients, management, payouts. Those who mastered stability now earn 6 figures monthly. Young millionaires aren't those who struck gold, but those who hit the same point 1,000 times and didn't quit after the 100th rejection. This is the truth of this century. Real success stories don't look like motivational videos. 50 years ago, $1 million was the big league. To have $1 million meant being a magnate, banker, factory owner, almost sitting at the same table as Rockefeller. Today, $1 million is at best a pretty Instagram photo, not because money devalued, but because the speed of this world changed. Before, making $1 million took a lifetime. Today, it can take a couple of years. But here's the real question. How many actually start this journey? The world got faster, but not easier. Knowledge is open to all, but not all use it. Monetization tools got simpler, but not everyone masters them. Entry barriers dropped, but competition skyrocketed. The old world taught patience, saving, working for the future. The new world demands fast reaction, learning from mistakes, trying again after failure, and most importantly, not waiting for someone to give you the right path. Today we live in an era where your first mistake isn't a sentence, but a ticket to the next attempt. The age of young millionaires isn't about easy money. It's about those who learn faster than they fail. Everyone you know of had one thing in common. They acted in real time. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They accepted the game as it is. This age rewards not the best, but the fastest, most persistent, and the boldest in the best sense. And yes, it only opens doors for those willing to push them open themselves.